my everyday makeup. It's featuring a lot of drugstore products and a couple others. For brows, I use the e.l.f. laminating brow gel. I've been using this for some time and initially I loved it, and now I am kind of just getting through it. It is a dupe for the Refi one. Like the formula even looks the same. It's that like white product. And initially I loved it because I noticed that it was doing everything the Refi one was supposed to be doing without the flakes happening. And now the flakes are happening just like the Refi one. So maybe it just kind of happens over time. I noticed the white flakes mostly when there's like water involved, like if my brows get wet for some reason. And over time I think there's buildup. So it's not my favorite. I still use it because it functions mostly, but once I get through it, I'm not repurchasing. I actually really like the e.l.f. Brow Freeze. I have that as well. I just have been using this. If you can't already tell, I love e.l.f. I love affordable drugstore products, dupes. If I can find something that works almost as good for a quarter of the price, I'm gonna do that. And I'm using the IT Cosmetics foundation brush. I love this brush. It's dual-ended, so it has for foundation and then for concealer or whatever else you want to blend with this side. I already had moisturizer and sunscreen underneath as my base. This is what I do for my bangs to train them so that they lay in a very particular way. And it seems to work for the most part. I just have to deal with this for some time. For concealer, I like the Tower 28 concealer. This is a super hydrating concealer that applies a light to medium coverage. And when I use the tiniest bit because then I crease and that doesn't look great. So I woke up with a little friend on my nose today. I haven't posted any actual videos, like horizontal videos on here in a while. And the ones that I did have were from like 10 years ago and I privated those. But I want to start making videos again. I've been watching videos and vlogs and it's been really inspiring, so I want to do that. I want to pour into YouTube a little bit more. I just want to create more. And create more on YouTube particularly. I'm going to use MAC's Studio Fix powder, which you gotta just be careful with because it is a full coverage powder. So when I do apply, I apply a tiny bit and make sure just to do one layer. Now I'm going to grab the MAC Mineralized Setting Powder, and this is in the color Dark Tan, and I'm using this as bronzer contour. So I'm going to be using the NYX blush in Butter with Time. And these are really nice, very pigmented. The only downside I would say is that they don't have a mirror on the compact, which is very unusual. I don't know if they were trying to be cost effective, but I normally rely on like small mirrors, so whatever I'm using, whether it's my setting powder or my bronzer. So when I open this one up, I kind of forget that it doesn't have a mirror, so I have to have another. It's a very privileged thing to say, but it's my only pawn, I would say. And it's very pigmented, so you have to be quite careful. It looks kind of crazy on the camera. And I normally always do freckles, so I got this off of TikTok, I think. The label fully has rubbed off, so I couldn't tell you, but this is what I use mostly every day. And then I go in with my finger and I just pat so they look a little more real. I'm trying to do this before my boyfriend gets home because then I just will be too shy. So I keep hearing the noise outside. Okay. Mascara, I talk about this one all the time. I feature it in my TikTok a lot. This is a Tubi mascara from Milani. It's the same one I've owned from, I don't know, this is old, so don't judge me. But there's still product in there and I'm still gonna use it. And anyway, I always curl my lashes, which I did at the start of the video. And what I noticed with this is initially I was like, oh, this is great. I just have to wash it off with water, it comes right off. I don't have to like sit there and rub like most mascaras. And Tubi mascara just makes your lashes look way longer. But I did notice that it would weigh down my curl. I love a curl, I love just curling my lashes and calling it a day. But I found a loophole. So my lashes are curled right now, but I'm gonna give them another curl. And instead of putting mascara on the very root of the eyelash, so the entire eyelash, I now only am applying at the tips. The middle to the tips of the eyelashes. So not only is this making my lashes appear as though they're longer because it is Tubi mascara, but it can weigh down the curl. I noticed that at the end of the day, my lashes are still curled, which is not the case if I were to just curl and then apply product from the root. Because when I do that, then the lashes get weighted and the curl falls. So now I just do this and the curl stays. So and then I do the bottom. So this is kind of normally where I call it done, but I'm gonna do maybe a little lip liner on the lips. NYX Coffee. And I already have some gloss from Knox Cosmetics on. Yeah, that's it. That's the makeup look. That's what I usually do almost every day. It's light, it's glowy. It's just what I need.